Okay, now my friends, this is another little thing that I'm into. It's painting. And I really haven't painted very much in these last years. I spend most of my time being creative, making money. But that's another art. But anyhow, when I was 9, my father was doing some paintings, those paint by numbers that were so famous back in the 50s, I guess it was. Anyhow, I didn't like painting by numbers, so my dad got me some oil paints, and my first painting was this Indian, and you'll see he's got a bow and a quiver, and he's riding a painted horse, and you'll notice that the buffalo doesn't have any horns, but anyhow, that was where it was at when I was about 9 years old or so. Okay, so that was the start of it. My dear old dad got me some oil paints and a brush. Okay, now we'll move on. Later on, I got into more mature subject matter, as you can see, and this is a painting that I did. And I guess I would say this is when I was in my blue period. The background's all blue, and it's kind of a neat painting, I think. So these are the types of things that I paint. I find women pretty interesting, to tell you the truth. Yes, I do. So I hope you have enjoyed the view. But, again, the painting. And let's move on now. Okay, now here we have a painting called the Guardsman, and it's kind of a fanciful painting of a old redcoat, about 1850. It's in the 13th Battalion. He's got his rifle and his butt pouch. Keep those buttons shiny. But yeah, that's called the Guardsman. Okay, let's move on. Okay, my friends, here we have a kind of a magic picture, I guess. It's a Christmas picture, and we can see that there's a wreath on the door, so it's kind of a Christmas picture. And then as we pan down, well, we see this kind of magical little character, and you can see that he's in the garbage. And we can see on his feet that he's got kind of like little elf shoes on. Oh, there it is. The magic of Christmas. Okay, my friends, so anyhow, let's move on. Okay, now here's a painting called Faceless People. How important you are, you know, down at the hawk shop, passing in your camera. It's like being faceless, you know, real zero. So there it is. That's the pawn shop, and the painting's called Faceless People. Okay then, let's move along. Okay, here my friends, we have a whale. And yeah, I guess it's self-evident. And the whale kind of has an interesting eye. He's kind of just looking at us. Just a neat nature painting. I thought it was kind of interesting for what it's worth. But anyhow, there's another painting, and hope you enjoyed it. Let's just move on now. Here we have a little painting. Remember my parents had a cottage when I was a young guy up by Rice Lake, and so I was up there one weekend, and I drove down the road by a little swamp and parked and smoked a joint and did a little painting. And that's what I came up with that day, with the logs shining on the water and listening to the frogs. Just a way of spending an afternoon, enjoying nature. Anyhow, let's move along. Well, here we have a painting. When I was about 28 or so, I lived with a girl named Sheila Sherman, and she was a really nice woman. And we lived together for about 4 years. She had 2 children, and we all got along pretty good. Eventually, she did move back down to the States, which is where she was from, and moved to Florida and got married. But very nice person. And anyhow, so I saw Sheila sniffing a rose one day, and we did a little painting of that. There she is. That's my young sweetheart, Sheila. We had some pretty good times together. Stacy and Arlo, the kids. Anyhow, there's another pleasant memory, and now we'll just move on. Well, my friends, here we have another painting that I did quite some time ago, and it's of an ancient battle. You can see the arrows going through the sky, and people crouching down, and I'll share them with you. See, this guy's got a little rose on his shield. A lot of guys off in the background. Anyhow, there's a little painting that I did. Let's move along. And here we have a painting called The Ballerina. And it's just done in a very light style of little daubs. But anyhow, this is The Ballerina. I'll share them with you. I guess it speaks for itself. So anyhow, let's move along. Okay, now I guess we'll finish this off. 10 paintings is enough. I've done an awful lot of them, I realize now, but there's a few of them. This is a dog, and this dog's name was Morris. As you'll see, Morris had a little ball, but nobody ever called this dog Morris. They all called her Snorky, because she used to snork a lot when she was breathing, kind of thing. It was really kind of cute and kind of funny. But she was a really nice old dog and would follow you around, very friendly, and I liked Morris. Or Snarky. I like Snarky. Anyhow, that's a few of the paintings. Like I say, I have a lot more I could show, but for now, this will do. Anyhow, you guys, you go have some fun. Enjoy your lives. Take care. Bye now.